how many reps are we doing for hypertrophy gains? Typical bro science says 8 to 12.
Yep.
But then for you and me, training quite strength focus, powerlifting focus, 1 to 6 is where we kind of sit, and then we're still making hypertrophy gains, even though we're not hitting 8 to 12.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah, so the biggest underlying factor for hypertrophy is getting close to fatigue. So training to almost failure.
It's like an uppy, like 9.
Yeah, literally. Where you have like 1, maybe 2 reps left in the tank.
Yeah.
The reason for that is to get muscle growth, you need to recruit all the motor units. So when you do a bicep curl, depending on how heavy it is, it will recruit a little bit of your muscle, but not all the muscle.
Yeah.
And then as time goes on, those fibers in your muscle are starting to go, I'm pretty much worked out, I need some help here. And so other fibers start to jump in and help out. When you train to almost failure, it means every single motor unit is going to be recruited and used, and therefore create the largest potential or highest mechanical tension to cause muscle growth.
Yeah. So it's kind of like using 30% of the muscle as opposed to using, like when you work to fatigue, using like 80% of the muscle.
Yeah, bang on. So there's reasons you can use both ends of the spectrum. So you could use the higher end like we do, lower end like we do, like 1 to 6.
Higher rate, lower reps.
Higher rate, lower reps, because it's such a high weight, we kind of jump into that higher motor unit recruitment straight away, and we need to use all those muscles.
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah, bang on to lift the weight. There's no way you can lift 85% of your 1 rep max with a couple of muscle units.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if you're training at a very lightweight, that's fine, but you need to go all the way to the end where you're almost at failure to get there. On the other side of it, people always ask, why should I train failure? And depending on how many times a week you train and how often you train, it's probably the biggest question.
Yeah, because then if you're training for failure, it's going to affect your recovery time.
Yeah, so if you're doing 1 to 2 sessions a week, you probably need to train to absolute failure to get the best hypertrophy gains. Yeah. But if you're training like yourself, where you train 4 up to 6 times a week, if not more, if you train a max on day 1,
it's going to affect me for the rest of the sessions.
Yeah, and then you're not going to perform at a high enough threshold or at a high enough volume in the rest of the week to get adequate volume to create stimulus to grow muscle.
Yeah.
So if you are training for hypertrophy, depending on how many times you're training in a week, if you're training a couple of times a week, you need to be training, doesn't matter what the weight is really, you need to be trained to pretty much absolute fatigue, unless you're training 6 times a week, where it's going to affect the other main lifts.
Yeah.
What I do like though, I reckon what was really cool though, is if you look at, if you're training for hypertrophy, the reason, I want to get to that, I find it so fascinating. There's different types of hypertrophy. So the reason like your hypertrophy in your muscles is different to someone who trains bodybuilding is because you have the myofibrillar hypertrophy, whereas they have the sarcoplasmic. So they get muscle swelling, which comes on really, really quickly. They grow really, really quick. They're training like 8 to 12 reps, but it's mostly like a swelling of the cells almost.
Yes, like water filling the cells, just blowing out, like inflating with air.
Yeah, and like they do have like gains of muscle fibers and stuff like that. But if they stop training for 3-6 months, most of it, the majority of the muscle will start to waste away really quickly. Whereas what you've trained in the higher rep range is a myofibrillar, so it takes a lot longer to develop, but also is long lasting. So if you stop training for years, you probably won't lose a lot of muscle mass. Like you'll lose some because your body will just take it away, they're not using it. But you'll hold on to it because of that myofibrillar. So you've created like a more in the muscle unit and in the muscle fiber. It's a bad demonstration, wasn't it? Yeah. In the muscle unit, like more like mitochondria and that kind of stuff to create a strong muscle fiber, and that's why it's growing, not from the swelling side of it. Yeah. On the other side of it, you also utilize like the type 2B fibers. So type 1 is that endurance stuff, which when you train for the higher rep ranges, the lower weights, but like long reps, that's what you mostly use. Whereas you train low reps and high weights, and when you train the low reps, high weights, you use the type 2B fibers. Now type 2B fibers, they're fast twitch, they're quick. Use them when you're using maximal efforts, when you're sprinting, when you're lifting a heavy ass weight off the ground. They have the most potential for growth, massive potential for growth and size. Type 1 don't really change much. They have a little bit of potential, but not much. So that's why your training, you increase your hypertrophy differently because you use a lot of type 2B fibers,
Yeah.
the high fast twitch fibers.